Witam serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z gry Ghost in the Shit. Kontynuujemy naszą przygodę, nasze wakacje z duchami. Byłam zmuszona troszeczkę zmienić ustawienia ekranu, ponieważ ja mam powiększoną czcionkę w komputerze. Nie tak bardzo jak tu była powiększona, że rozsadzała. Ale no, będą troszeczkę mniejsze te napisy, ale za to będę miała cały obraz tych napisów, bo ucinało tutaj kawałek tekstu. No dobrze.
Come on, be a man. You could have actually encountered a slow and painful death. I even helped you.
And did it occur to you that someone could save me instead?
No
I tried,
I saw and felt your attempts.
but it was you who fell down.
Ty go może już nie denerwuj, co?
I don't think you have a reason to curse. You're immortal thanks to me.
Big thanks for this immortality. And what's it for?
Nobody can hurt you.
That's true, but also I can't hurt anyone. What if someone tries to break in?
Somehow I seriously doubt it.
Rozejrzyj się, kto to by się chciał włamywać?
You don't have to sleep, eat.
Tylko jest
And did
przyjemne,
it
wiesz?
occur to you that I might actually like these things?
Well, then you have to take off your iron shirt. I actually can't think of anything right now.
I aż za nie mówił.
Stop whining. Death makes us all equal.
Equal? I for one see an inequality. You can fully roam around while I'm stuck here.
No to my cię uwolnimy.
At least you don't have to wear a sheet.
I'd rather have a sheet than helplessly stare around at everything here.
Believe me, you won't want to have such a boss as mine.
Nie mów tego głośno.
Be glad you don't have to look at the mess around here.
That's what eats me the most. I am completely helpless.
But on the other hand, there's nothing which can escape your attention.
How so?
Well, you're strategically in the best place. Nobody can sneak up behind you even if they try hard.
I didn't consider that point.
Imagine the chance to tell off anyone trying to break into Sector Omega without your explicit permission.
That's true. Now it will no longer be possible for someone to sneak in while I'm in the toilet. Thank you so much. My life's got a whole new perspective.
No i widzisz,
His
uszczęśliwiłeś
face
ducha.
brightened. It seems it'll be much easier to communicate with him now.
Ja nie widzę tu żadnych zmian. No dobra.
Do you like your new appearance?
It's not bad at all. Since my body is flickering, I don't need a lamp. It's unnaturally calm in there though.
Couldn't it be that Sector Omega is deserted? Tell me more about yourself.
It probably doesn't matter now anyway. As I told you, I was a porter in Sector Omega.
Aren't you still?
Maybe so, but I miss the everyday hustle and bustle in there. And one more thing.
What?
I can't do my periodic factory checkups. But back to your question. I was 57, freshly divorced.
At 57?
It's a sad story. For 30 years I tried to teach my wife to hang the house keys on the right hooks. And guess what happened?
After 30 years, she forgot where to hang them?
Not at all. She did. But she hung the garage key on the main door hook.
Straszne.
Can you understand that?
To ci
All the
powoduje.
hooks were clearly marked and she did that after 30 years of marriage.
The slightest possibility that you were taking it too seriously didn't happen to cross your mind?
Not at all. Order must be strict. I know it too well. It starts with a misplaced key and ends up with a mass murder.
Serio?
I don't want to know what kind of mental acrobacy led you to that conclusion.
Ja chyba też nie chcę wiedzieć.
Did anything interesting happen while I was elsewhere?
Peace and silence everywhere, but not order. You can see for yourself. If only I didn't have to look at so many buckets in this mess.
O co chodzi z tymi wiadrami tutaj? No dobra,
What
popytajmy
can you
go
tell
o
me about
ekipę. Znaczy najpierw to.
Sector Omega?
If I were being sincere to you, Sector Omega is a big enigma to me.
How so? There's nothing that can escape a good porter.
I agree that normally it's the case, but in Sector Omega, nobody knew what was being produced. Many times I've heard workers creating vivid theories about the purpose of this factory, but nobody could actually come up with anything reasonable. Also, a large embargo placed upon any such information made those discussions very private.
I find it almost unbelievable. Sector Omega isn't so big as to be able to keep its main purpose in such secrecy.
Dobra, po kolei.
Hansen.
I liked Hansen. He was one of the few who treated me nicely. He always dropped by for a little talk before he went to work.
I found Neil's diary. Do you happen to know exactly what happened to him?
It's a sad story. He'd gone mad and jumped off the cable car.
According to Neil's diary, it seems that Hansen as well as Niels went crazy after entering the cellar. Ah, one more thing. Do ladybirds mean anything to you?
Strange you mention them. We thought at first that it was some sort of joke. Mysterious inscriptions sprayed on the walls of Omega started to appear randomly. It was considered some form of stupid, juvenile behavior. After Hansen's suicide, the view on those inscriptions changed. Unfortunately, no one was able to shed any light into their meaning or origin.
Larissa.
I've only seen Larissa a couple of times. She looked very nice, and moreover, the rumor went that she was very close to Niels.
And Niels?
Niels.
I didn't know Niels much. He was new in here, but he looked very kind.
Kurt.
The big boss. He always looked upon us from on high. I was glad I didn't meet him very often. Only once did he surprise me. I swear he must have sealed a pact with the devil. He entered Omega, and I didn't see him entering at all. Moreover, he cast such a glance at me, with a silent signal to be quiet about it. He must have surely known that I knew something wasn't right.
Scott.
The fireman extraordinaire. I love this man. He always smoked a pipe and told us some great stories.
Okej, wystarczy.
That's enough for now.
I to jeszcze.
Do you know anything about the thief in the dressing room?
That was back then the most peculiar thing. But personally, I don't believe that it was a thief.
And what do you think it was?
It was when we had that big fire in the factory that everybody was really shaken. As I remember, Hansen was shaken the most. On my periodical checks, I found him in the dressing rooms. He was swearing, using words I've never ever heard from him, and frantically punching the no smoking sign. I think that he thought that a cigarette was the cause of the fire. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one angrily slamming the locker doors.
No ciekawe, okej, to teraz na razie.
See you later.
Before you leave, I have a favor to ask you.
O,
Since unlike me, you're able to walk around, could you please repair the fan above my head? It's so hot in here I can hardly breathe.
ale ty nie oddychasz.
How can you be hot and have difficulty breathing when you're a ghost?
I haven't a clue, but I have a feeling of stale air. If you help me, I'll help you with some access or something.
A,
Okay,
taki
I'll see
deal.
what I can do.
No dobrze, to co jeszcze możemy tutaj zrobić? Obejrzeć ten plan. Jesteśmy tutaj. Przebieralnia, poczekalnia. Magazyn, hala A, B, wejście. Ale my nie możemy chyba wyjść wejściem, tak? Dobra, odejdź. Tu mamy ciągle tylko wiaderka.
Despite the number of buckets, it's a big... To all employees, in Sector Omega, any vandalization of factory property is strictly prohibited. Violators will be severely punished.
Pręgierzem. No dobra, to
It
jest
won't.
zamknięte. Może byś mnie wpuścił,
Enter
co?
the counter.
Jakbyś mnie wpuścił, to co? Pogadamy jeszcze z tobą? O, tylko że drzwi do magazynu są zamknięte.
I found out that the storage room door is locked. Can you open it for me?
Guess what? I have a great idea. I help you, and you help me. My storeroom's been infested by rats. If you promise to eliminate them, I'll unlock the storeroom for you.
And is it worth it? In your condition?
As long as I'm here, I'll take care of Omega, even if I'm 100 times dead.
So let's go.
And don't cheat. I'll know if you do.
A. Otworzy mi drzwi, a ja będę miała powybijać szczury. Ja to wytnę. Bo to jest moim zdaniem zbędna przemoc wobec zwierząt. Ja poza tym lubię szczury i zawsze miałam szczury i mam do nich sympatię.
A crowbar.
Możesz go wziąć?
That's not a bad idea. But crowbars are copyrighted by certain graphic artists and game development companies. I'm not going to risk an afterworld trial.
Dobrze. Są kostki brukowe, wiadro znów.
The bucket obsession is unbearable. If there were the same amount of cleaners as...
Prawda? Dziwne. Do holu, do drzwi.
The doors...
Okej, to są zamknięte drzwi z kodem. On tam mówił o kodzie, czyli ja muszę zabić te szczury, żeby on mi...
If I were alive, I'd surely drive over.
Na pewno byś pojechał oczywiście.
Shelves full of some...
No to co, to... Co? Mam z tym zrobić?
I have no use for the cat...
Mało. Szafki do holu.
No way. I'm not...
Rats!
O, jest szczurek biedny.
A heavy pavement...
I muszę go uderzyć. Ja to wytnę.
So come on, you little bastard.
O Boże, dobra.
I got you.
Dobra.
Iraq will be pleased.
Koniec tej mordęgi. Wybiliśmy szczurki biedne. Jesteśmy szmatami życiowymi. I do holu. Już.
Enter the counter one by...
Pogadać z tą chcę pogadać, to jak? W ten sposób? No. Ej.
See you...
And please...
No. Miałeś mnie tam wpuścić. Aha, tu miałeś mnie wpuścić. Tu.
The doors...
Okej. Kod. No to co z tym kodem? Wracamy się do Żaka. I zapytamy o ten kod.
Enter the...
No. Żeby tam prowadzić, muszę tak zrobić, tak?
Did any...
Peace and silence everywhere.
Okej.
What can...
No, zrobiłam,
Let's see.
co kazałeś.
See you...
And please...
I hope I will...
Tam nie wejdziemy, dobra. Co, musimy coś zobaczyć jeszcze w tym magazynie. Może tu się coś jeszcze wydarzy. Nie chcesz łomu. Tylko na wszystkim.
Pages and pages filled with safety regulations are scattered all over the floor. If they'd approved them sooner, maybe it would have looked a bit different in here.
O, list. Aha, muszę go sobie przeczytać. Ale to jest list Nilsa do tej laski. To ja nie wiem,
Enter the counter...
czy ja może pójść mam do niej? Teraz? Czy jak? Moment, czekaj.
See you...
And please...
No, jak mam się naprawić ten wentylator? Lotka. O.
Some instructions lie on the ground. Let's see. During the fuse manipulation, always use protective gloves. Maybe they use electrical conductors as a security device as well.
Enter the...
No dobra. Coś jeszcze? Nic więcej.
See...
And please, don't forget to fix that fan.
Ten wentylator. No będziemy myśleć nad tym. No to co? To idziemy stąd. Nie podobało nam się tutaj. To było. Trzeba
What can you...
zapytać. Nie, nic się nowego nie pojawiło.
That's enough for
No to
me.
nie wiem.
Catch you later.
Come back to please.
A czy ja z nią...
Larissa, you're just a
Nonsense. But to be honest, I was baffled by that as well. I woke up in the shower and I was so dirty, almost black. So I immediately began to shower. I'm telling you that I was extremely lucky to wake up in here. It would have been such a shame walking through the factory so dirty. Now I can shower until all the dirt is safely washed away.
For example, the idea of looking at me hasn't crossed your mind?
No, whenever I take a shower, I keep my eyes closed.
And I presume you're not making any exceptions because of me?
Clever boy.
Even if we whistle that melody of yours together?
Only through my dead body.
No
I
cóż,
have the feeling, observing your present condition, that
Właśnie.
won't be a big problem.
Did you say something?
no.
No. Even if I asked nicely?
No.
Even if I took the sheet off and died?
Maybe you could stop bothering me in the shower.
Larissa, listen to me.
Think for a while. You woke up for some strange reason in the shower. You have no clue how you got in there. You've taken a shower for a couple of days already, and you don't even know. And you don't even find that strange. You're afraid to open your eyes because you're all black. Larissa, you're not dirty. You're a ghost as I am.
A ghost, you say? I thought that to be a ghost, I'd have to wear a sheet like you do.
You're a shadow, Larissa. That's probably why you don't have a sheet.
That was a joke. I'm not a ghost because...
No.
Because?
Well, how could I be a ghost and taking a shower at the same time?
Podnym duchem.
But you're not taking a shower. That sound is coming directly from you. No water is running here. If you opened your eyes, you'd see the condition this room is in. Nobody will take a real shower in here for a long time.
You joker. Okay, so I'll open my eyes for a short moment, and if you're lying, you promise to leave immediately? I feel that's the only way to get rid of you. You're really a ghost in a sheet. That's not possible. We're not in some fairy tale.
Jednak, surprise.
At least now we're getting somewhere.
But how does it look in here? And how do I look?
Try to remain calm. You'll soon get used to this. It certainly took me a while as well.
Where's Niels? He would help me now.
Niels, that's exactly what I'd like to know as well.
O, no, fajnie.
Tell me something
Uwierzyła.
more about you.
My name is Larissa. I'm a Actually, I was the manager of human resources here in Sector Omega. I wasn't here for a long time, but they told me that my predecessor took early retirement.
If by early retirement they meant the condition you're in now, I'm not surprised they needed a successor.
I wouldn't say that. It just all went wrong in here.
I happened to realize that during my short visit. Tell me about Niels.
That crook. Imagine that. He fooled me completely. First, he told me how much he loved me. Then he seduced me, and when he realized I was pregnant, he ran away. And I still love him so much. If only I had some proof that it wasn't true, that it's a mere misunderstanding.
No, bo to było
I have my
nieporozumienie.
doubts about Niels running away.
Why do you think that? Tell me anything. I'll be grateful for any clue.
I found his diary. I think that he may have ended similarly to Hansen. At least everything points in that direction.
I beg you, if you obtain any information which would shed any light on his disappearance, tell me. Until then, I don't want to speak about it.
I believe I found out exactly the information you're looking for.
Don't tease me. You know I suffer because of him.
While I was looking around the storeroom, I found a letter from Niels addressed to you. It reads, Dearest Larissa, always in love, your Niels.
So you're all right after all. I fear something really ugly happened to him. I so much want to know what happened to him.
Tell me something more about Niels.
Thinking about it now, we'd known each other for such a short time, but after only a couple of days, we already realized how close we were. It was almost as if we were reading each other's minds. We didn't have to speak, since whenever one of us started to talk, the other finished the sentence.
Did Niels talk to you about anything before he left?
He was actually more silent than usual. I thought it was because of my pregnancy, but now I see I should have been more persuasive. Well, speaking of which, once he mentioned that he tried to walk in Hansen's footsteps, but I thought it must have been a production issue, so I didn't pay much attention to it.
Interesting. Any ideas what the ladybirds are?
Ladybird writings started to appear just after I was employed here. Nobody knew what they were supposed to mean. If Hansen, and later on Niels, never mentioned them, I'd say it was some sort of joke. Now I'm more scared.
I found a door protected by a code in the cellar. Did Niels mention to you what that code might be?
Thinking about the diary contents, I think it's connected to individual numbers.
I'd like to ask you something else. What's the purpose of Sector Omega?
What's interesting is that although I had to manage human resources, I was never told what Sector Omega was
Ciekawe, co tu
for.
robili.
I have a feeling you weren't alone.
I have the suspicion that the only one, apart from Kurt, who knew something was Hansen, and then Niels, before he left. The crook! But I do still love him. At the contract signing, I was told rule number 1, too many questions and you're fired.
A,
Didn't you find that a bit strange?
It was a well-paid job. It paid off to keep quiet.
Looking at your condition now, I seriously doubt that.
dokładnie.
What can you tell me about Hansen?
Hansen was a strange fellow. I didn't quite understand him, but I know he was a good friend of Niels, and I certainly didn't want to see him come to an end like this.
Any idea what happened to him?
Well, Niels told me that Hansen went mad and jumped off the cable car. I know nothing else about it. Management put a strict information embargo on that case, that even I wasn't allowed to be interested.
Weird.
Nie? Tuszowali.
Dirac.
Jacques Dirac, fanatical porter. I quite like him now, but it took me quite some time to get used to him.
Kurt.
The big boss. I didn't get to know him well, but he was a bit of a weirdo.
Scott.
That pig! He tried to harass me. I put an end to that fast.
Just out of plain curiosity, how?
I locked him in the dressing room.
A, i tam został i umarł. Dobra.
I think that's enough for now.
Ciekawe, co tu się wydarzyło.
See you later.
A, gwizdź sobie. Co możemy zdziałać jeszcze? To powędrujemy sobie tu, to tam.
Broken and
Tam byliśmy, okej. Sala A. Ktoś wszedł albo wyszedł w głąb hali. Maszyna.
an ordinary wooden pallet.
Ciemny róg.
I think I found a way to get rich. I'll sell the factory buckets for the old iron.
Prawda? Weź po drabinie.
It doesn't look like that from the bottom, but the hall really is huge.
Do przejścia, dziwna maszyna. Tu. O! Poczta pneumatyczna. Tam coś się rusza.
Capsule is closed. The capsule is already open.
Poczta pneumatyczna. Aby wysłać przesyłkę, włóż zasobnik do komory. Zwróć uwagę, czy jest zamknięty.
Judging by the sound it makes, it has to be the beast I liberated from the locker.
Tu nie wiem, co ona tam robi, ale niech tam sobie siedzi. A, to już zrobiliśmy, dobra. Tutaj myślałam, że coś jeszcze jest na tym tu. No i co dalej? Tu jest jeszcze coś do przejścia. Okej, jest do przejścia coś. Tu jest... O, tu jest hala B. Aha, w ten sposób się przechodził. Tam jest zamknięte. To jest powrót do przejścia. A tutaj można jakoś zejść na dół. W tej hali B. Nie widzę takiej opcji. Powrót jest tylko. No dobra, jak nie możemy się tutaj dostać, to co? To trzeba będzie coś z tym kodem pokombinować. Podejrzewam do tych drzwi na dół. Maszyna, wiadra. Tu? Nie, tu. Tam jest przejście. Czy ty możesz mi coś powiedzieć na temat tego kodu? Właściwie nie, bo ja muszę popatrzeć na moje zdjęcia, gdzie były kody, tak? To muszę popatrzeć na zdjęcia tego pamiętnika. Tam się kiedyś grało przygodówki. No chyba będzie...
Button with a number.
No i teraz musimy go wcisnąć.
Of course, the combination was so obvious, I should have opened the door earlier.
Okej. No dobrze, to mamy tutaj zejście i mamy
There's a cover in the fuse box.
Ja mam dziwne wrażenie, że coś ze mną jest.
I'll try to...
Okej.
I'll try to...
Okej. Ups. No cóż.
It was quite a shock. Luckily, being a ghost, there's nothing that can really hurt me.
Lekkie spięcie,
Excellent. I
ale
can
mamy
provide electric shocks.
nową
I have to
umiejętność.
try it soon.
Możemy stosować szoki elektryczne. Super! Ale o tym, jak możemy to wykorzystać, dowiemy się w następnym odcinku. Na dziś starczy wrażeń duchowych. Do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku. Pa, pa!